Hello, everybody. Spider here, the Fight Card Podcast, coming to you once again from San Antonio, Texas. I've got mixed martial arts professional fighter John Yannis, man. Bro, congratulations. You're coming off a win not even a few days ago, man. This was for Fury FC 57. How did that fight go?
Man, it went good, man. Thanks for having me. Appreciate you. Uh, the fight went good. I knew leading up to this fight that my opponent he was gonna come out being aggressive. As I watched film, a little bit of film on him, I seen that he liked to start off aggressive and he kind of wants to have his opponents kind of shy away and kind of get that momentum going early. And um, my game plan was to just calculate my range, get my range, my distance right, my timing right. And I knew it was going to be a challenge closing in that distance because he was 5 inches taller than me. His reach was far, longer than mine. But to be honest, man, the game plan, I just executed to the T. I give my performance, I'm like my own worst critic, but I give my performance a good rate, man, for sure, for sure.
Definitely, man. Because did you know after round one, as far as did you find the distance in round one to where round two you can already just go ahead and get in there?
Yeah, yeah. So I think I figured it out like towards the end of round one. I started kind of seeing what he liked to do, and he was throwing that 1-2 to kind of keep that range and really just pop from the outside. And after he popped from the outside, he would step back a little bit and make an angle. Towards the end of the first round, I kind of felt like I already knew how his the rest of the fight was gonna go. And another thing that helped me out was I knew for a fact that he was gassing, and I could feel it, I could see it. He was gassing, and I knew it was just gonna add on to my game plan of closing in that distance and boxing him round
No,
two for sure.
now that fight, it was at 145, correct?
No, it was 135. Yeah, I'm a bantamweight. Right. Yeah.
And as when it comes to competing, what weight class do you feel more comfortable in?
Man, I feel comfortable at 135. It's every weight cut sucks, you know what I mean? But every weight cut sucks. It's not easy, but I feel good at 135. I always feel like although the weight cuts suck all the time, I feel like the recovery is like that much more, whenever I start feeling my body just start feeling normal again and I just feel ready to go. I feel good at 35. I feel like I'm good at 35.
No, definitely, man. Now, I mean, of course, you have a couple of teammates, but one of them being Joe Salcedo, man. I know you were here in his corner for his fight in San Antonio, right?
Right, right.
And
Yeah, Joe, I've known Joe for a few years now. He just started training with us probably about just over a year now. So yeah, it's always good. It's always good to get work in with him, and yeah,
no, and I was trying to get a hold of you guys where you were here. I know, fighters cutting weight and everybody trying to relax. It was a little hard, but next time for sure, man. If you guys come to through San Antonio, man, I wanted to bring that up because you fought last year in August here at Cowboys Dance Hall. The fight didn't go your way, man. You were a little upset after that bout, man. Tell us a little bit about that.
yeah. So yeah, I was upset. Still, it's one of those things that I'm kind of really looking past, but kind of just looking back at it. Yeah, I still feel like I won that fight. Trained hard for the fight. I already knew what this guy was gonna do. Um, I already knew my striking was gonna be better than his. I already knew I was going to put the pressure on him because if anybody goes back and look at my fight, any opponent can say like, if you fight Giannis, just know I'll meet you in the middle and I'm going to be putting the pressure. That's point blank. Period. That's my fight style. That's just who I am. Let's get it on. You know what I mean? And that was the same approach that I had with this guy. Eddie Torres. Back in August of 2021, I pushed the pace. He dropped me in the first round. I give that to him. I gave that round to him. I told my coach, yeah, he got that round. I was winning all the way up to that point. I had all the control, had all the pressure, landed more of the shots, more of the strikes, and got caught with the lazy left straight that I threw and dropped my hand. And um, yeah, I got dropped the first round, and I knew that round was his. Coming out second round, I landed way more of the shots, cut him open. Uh, yeah, just landed more. Always had center of the octagon, so I felt like that was me. I threw a left body kick, a left roundhouse body kick, and he threw like a it was like a light ghost punch, and it really didn't land like it didn't land flush, but it knocked me off balance. So I don't know if the judge that kind of lent it towards his way saw that as like a drop, but I got right back up every time my hip hit the canvas. I got right back up, you know what I mean? And I felt like I had round two, and then for sure I feel like I dominated round three, no doubt in my mind. Even with that little takedown he got on me, he had one takedown out of I don't know how many shots that he did. And yeah, I still feel like I won that fight, you know. And when I went back and looked at it, um, that's the only thing I could see that they gave it to him was because that little takedown at the third round, man. And yeah, but you know, he didn't do any damage. He didn't capitalize on it. I got right back up within seconds. Still feel like I won that fight, man. But you know, it's all good.
No, for sure. And like you say, you're already looking past that, man. So of course, you're aiming for other opponents. Now you just fought this past weekend, man. So what's your time frame? Like how many more months before you step back in the cage?
Uh, man, I want to fight soon enough, man. I want to fight soon enough. This is what I do. I'm always training. I'll be training here in about 25, 30 minutes. Today I'm back in the gym. Uh, got back in the gym on Tuesday. You know what I mean? And thankfully I didn't catch any serious injuries or any really damage, you know, this past fight. So, man, I want to shoot soon enough, man. Couple months, 2 or 3 months. Let's get it in. You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely, man. I mean, I saw you fight here, man. I'm definitely a fan, bro. I mean, you definitely entertained. You went out there and fought. I mean, you're a fighter, man, and you definitely did that. I was gonna say now, when it comes to your nickname, bro, who gave you the nickname the Juice?
Man, I actually gave my own self that nickname. But it's basically because it ties in with my testimony, kind of my life story. And I gave myself that name because, like I said, it just ties into who I am, what I'm about, kind of what I believe in now. And there's like a three-part meaning to the juice. So, like, uh, as far as my story goes and my life story, long story short, you know, I grew up in the streets, and I lived the street life for a long time. My early life, you know, the early in my life, I just grew up in the streets from knee high, and I gained my name from street fighting. You know what I mean? Where I'm from here in West Texas, Plainview, Texas. I'm from Florida, Texas, like 30, 45 minutes northeast of Lubbock, Texas. And I'm known for, you know, street fighting, backyard boxing. I was that, you know, that young little 13, 14-year old fighting 20, 30-year olds, you know what I mean? Just gang banging and just doing things in the streets like that. And changed my life in 2011, man. And but that's how I got my street credibility. You know what I mean? So the meaning of juice is slang. You know, it's slang for street credit, street respect, and
Right.
that's how I got my street respect by throwing these hands. You know what I mean? So I kind of used that as my testimony into bringing it to the fight game. Now I'm doing it with the rejuvenated spirit, a new mind. I don't fight out of anger, out of hatred anymore, not out of street beef or anything. But I still bring that same energy that I came with, you know, many years ago. You know what I mean? Now, uh, the juice for me just means the blood, sweat, and tears that I pour into this game. That's kind of the juice, you know. It's the blood, sweat, tears that I put into this game, the dedication, and ultimately, last but not least, man, I'm a Christian. I'm a believer, and I believe the juice that gives me the power is the Holy Spirit, man. So that's kind of like the three-part meaning of my nickname, man, John the Juice.
Nice, man. Well, definitely, I can definitely respect that, man. I mean, the fact I know I follow you on social media, and you're a musician. You sing.
Yeah.
Is this something you've been doing it for a while, or did you just start doing it?
No, I've been doing it for a long time, and there's basically three things that sum up my whole life since I was like born knee high all the way to now, and it's always been sports, the streets, fighting, and music at the same time. So I always did that. You know, always played sports, always been athletic, always made music. I started making music whenever I was like 11 years old, studio and engineering and things like that. I was rapping. I released my first mixtape. I think I was 12 or 13 years old whenever I dropped my first mixtape. And yeah, I made music for a long time, you know, and now that's kind of on the back burner. I did make my own walkout song, uh, but that was just for the fight game. You know what I mean? Now I'm just, I've been focused solely on fighting for a while now.
Okay. And can we expect a new walkout song every time, or?
No, it's gonna be the same one, man. It's gonna be the same one. I got the juice. I feel like it's one of the best songs I've made. Uh, it's a banger. It gets me ready, and ultimately, whenever I hear my song play, like it was the first time this past weekend when I fought in Houston. I had just recorded it like a month and a half ago, so this was the first time I walked out to my own song and just hearing my own jam. I feel like that's just how I've been my whole life. I've always been a leader, never been a follower, and I like to do things my way, man, and made my own walkout track. And I was just kind of speaking it into existence. I'm gonna walk out to my own jam. I'm gonna go in there, show them who the juice is, and leave it all out, spill it all in the cage. You know what I mean?
Oh no, definitely, man. Well, I mean, I have listened to it, man. It definitely hits a good beat, man. And like I said, I mean, it gets you going. When it comes to fighting, I mean, you said earlier, you don't fight out of anger. You don't fight. So when you're in the case, it's just business, basically, right?
Right. Yeah. Whenever I'm in the cage, it's all business. It's all business. It's all, and at the same time though, it's war. You know what I'm saying? It's war. We both know what we signed up for. Me and my opponent. We got in that cage because we signed a dotted line that said, hey, we're gonna hurt each other and we could possibly die in there. You know what I'm saying? So I go inside that cage ready for war always. There's not a fight that you can see that I fought that I didn't, bring bring it all and leave it all in there. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, it's all business, but at the same time, yeah, it's war. When people sign the dotted line for my name, they should know that I'm coming. You know what I mean? And I always feel like I'm the underdog, but I never let odds or anything like that get to me, man. I know what I bring to the table. I know what I bring to the fight game, and yeah, my confidence is unshakable, man.
Definitely, man. Like I said, I mean, when I saw you fight here, man, I mean, you left a good impression, and I said, man, this guy, the real deal, man. Because for one thing, I always look at the fighters. I guess their body language when they go in there. A lot of times you see somebody and you're like, oh, he don't want to be here, or and you went in there like nothing, bro. Like there was no animosity. And I was thinking, man, dude, this guy's up to something because like you didn't look mad, you don't look anxious. You were just in there and clock in and get paid, man.
Yeah, yeah, and one thing I always do before my fight, man, is right when I sign the contract, I always pray, man. I pray for my opponent, and I pray that God will allow him to have the best camp he could ever have. And I truly say that. Like, I want him to have the best camp he could possibly have. I want him to come in with no injuries. I want him to come in with 110, 120%. I want him to be the best he can be when he enters that cage. Because I know for a fact that's what I'm coming to give.
I think we lost the audio, bro. Hold on, give me a minute. Can you check your mic real quick? Yeah. You know how to log off and then log back in? Sorry about that, man. No, it's not coming out. Hold on. Uh, are you still on there? Because it already froze up, bro, over here. Hello? It won't come on, man. It froze. Hold on. Let me try one more thing. It's not coming out. It's the audio, man. I don't know if it's the signal inside this place. Can you hear me? Yeah, I'm still not getting anything on your end, bro. Man, I'll go ahead and Hold on, let me see if I can. Yeah, it's not getting anything out here, boss. Well, go ahead and because you said you have you're training right now, right? You're heading to the gym. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna use a little bit of that video. I'm gonna still post it on something else, man. But we'll do it again, bro. And I apologize, bro. All right. Thank you, boss. Later.